The Golden State Warriors are arguably the greatest basketball team of all time. They set the NBA regular season win record, have won 3 of the last 4 NBA titles, and have revolutionized the way the game of basketball is played. The team consists of some of the most talented players of their generation. Steph Curry is probably the greatest three-point shooter of all time and has single-handedly changed the way people view the game at every level. Klay Thompson is arguably the best shooting form of all time and is undoubtedly one of the greatest spot-up shooters in the history of the game. And Kevin Durant's abilities do not need to be mentioned by me. KD possesses one of the most unique skill sets in NBA history and a consensus top 2 player in the current NBA. Yet, despite all this talent, the Warriors truly depend on one guy. One guy without the natural talent as his peers, but one guy named Draymond Green. Now, everyone knows that Draymond Green is an emotional man. After all, his passion and intensity enabled him to advance from being a 4-year player at Michigan State and second-round pick into a perennial NBA All-Star. This energy emboldens his teammates, establishes a strong culture, and allows lockdown defense to be played. However, there is a flip side to Green's volatility. He consistently chews out officials, becoming enraged on the court and receiving technical fouls. This issue of collecting technicals ultimately reared its ugly head in the 2016 NBA Finals when Draymond got suspended and the Warriors subsequently blew their 3-1 lead over the Cavs. Yikes. And on the other side of the court is Steve Kerr. The charismatic head coach of the Warriors has had nothing but success since taking over the Dubs. Despite having no formal coaching experience, Kerr managed to move straight from TV to the sideline with ease. Kerr is known for his laid-back, player-friendly style that has endeared him with just about all of Golden State's squad. Yet there has been one big exception, one player that he didn't always get along with, one relationship with a player that almost ruined the whole dynasty. On February 27, 2016, the Warriors had a tough first half against Oklahoma City Thunder, and at halftime, all emotions were let out. Most notably, Draymond Green got into a loud shouting match with Steve Kerr regarding shot selection. While this was first reported at the time, reporter Ethan Strauss later explained the severity of the situation. He got a first-hand account from fellow ESPN reporter Lisa Salters that saw all of the events fold out in real time. Green yelled, "I am not a robot. I know I can play. You have me messed up right now. If you don't want me to shoot, I won't shoot the rest of the game." Salters later recalled, "I'm standing outside the locker room with the Oklahoma City police, which are always stationed outside of every locker room. They kind of moved me aside, and the officer just kind of stood by the door, with his hand on his weapon like he was trying to determine what he should do. It was clear that something bad was about to happen in this locker room. We've never heard anything like this before." Things reportedly reached its tipping point when Curry yelled at Green to sit down, and Draymond responded by saying, "Mother effer, come sit me down." Other players had to come between them to prevent things from escalating even further. Going by Salter's account, it was certainly not a routine argument. Any incident that shocks a seasoned reporter and causes police stationed by the locker room to come close to springing into action obviously goes beyond a locker room disagreement. In the days after the incident, Green's teammates elected to fine him. They tried to push the issue under the rug, but it was clear that the problem was real and a big deal. Yet, this tension between Kerr and Green had been coming for a long time. As Strauss also reveals in his article, the first championship parade offered plenty of awkward moments between the two. In his celebration speech, Draymond stated, "I'm the only person that gets talked about what shots I take and all those things by Steve Kerr. Like, every time I take a shot, he complains. So that's why, if you see, every time I make a shot, I look at him. Dude complain every time I take a shot." From his seat on the stage behind Green, Kerr shrugged and loudly countered, 24%, which just happens to be Green's 3-point shooting percentage during the final 3 round of the playoffs. Green chuckled, grabbed Kerr from his chair, and dragged him to the podium. "This is my guy," Draymond started, prompting Kerr to pat his chest. "From the start of training camp, he hated me. That's no lie. He probably still hates me. That's no lie. But we're going to keep winning these championships, and that's no lie." In the few years that have followed, it has seemed that Draymond and Kerr have figured it out. The Warriors have gone on to win 2 more titles, and despite brief arguments between the two, the coach-player conflicts have not reached the same level they did on February 27th. However, that is not to mean that this same strain in the relationship may pop up again in the future. How many teams have we seen in sports that dynasties have messy ends? Even the great ones, with great coaches, front offices, and players, face issues at the end of the road. I mean, this is exactly what is happening right now with my beloved New England Patriots and the power struggle between Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Further, I think it's fascinating to look back at this Warriors' reign. Despite how successful they have been, it was so close to falling all apart. What if Kevin Durant never joined the Warriors? What if the Dubs didn't add a top 2 player in the league and instead ran it back with the same squad that suffered a devastating finals loss the year before? It is certainly plausible that this team would have grown stale. The rift between Kerr and Green would have grown, and Steph may have struggled to continue carrying the workload and pressure of being the number 1 option. But this didn't happen. KD added to the super team, Draymond and Kerr got past their differences, and Golden State kept on winning. Ultimately, we will see how long this lasts, but right now, it is still going pretty dang good. So now, I ask you, what do you think of the Warriors? I know you hate them. How long will the dynasty last? Does the addition of Boogie Cousins change your opinion on them? Will LeBron, the Celtics, Rockets, or Sixers pose a real challenge? Personally, I think this Warriors run will come to an end soon. You could already see last season that the squad was growing complacent and unmotivated. What makes you believe that will change for this upcoming season? Moreover, the Dubs simply don't have much depth. When Iggy went down on the playoffs, they were forced to play Kevon Looney, Jordan Bell, JaVale McGee, Patrick McCaw, and Swaggy P. All guys that have no business being in playoff rotations. The Warriors are thin and primed to be defeated soon. Regardless, share your thoughts on the Warriors in the comment section below. If you enjoyed, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell to receive notifications each time I upload. Feel free to tweet at me and consult the sources linked down below. Thank you.